Love English podcast.
Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Love English Podcast. I am Emma, and I am delighted to be here with you for another fascinating conversation.
And I am Leo. Hello, everyone. It is great to be here. Emma, I have been looking around me lately, and I have noticed something very strange.
Something strange. That sounds interesting, Leo. What have you noticed? Is it something mysterious?
In a way, yes, I realized that English is everywhere. Literally everywhere. Yesterday, I bought a new television. The box had writing in English. Then I looked at my t-shirt. It has an English phrase on it. I went to the supermarket, and many of the products have English names. Even when I walk down the street in my city, I see signs in English. And I do not live in England or America. Why is this happening? Why is English the default language for everything?
Leo, that is a wonderful observation. You have noticed the most important fact about our modern world. We are living in what people call a global village. And in this village, English is the main way we talk to our neighbors. It is not just a language anymore. It is the utility. It is like electricity or the internet. It is the operating system of the world.
The operating system of the world? That is a very big title. I thought it was just a popular language because of Hollywood movies. But you are saying it is deeper than that?
Much deeper. Hollywood is a big part of it, of course. But let's look at the bigger picture. Think about the internet. You use the internet every day, right?
Yes, I use it all the time. I cannot live without it.
When the internet was created, the primary language of its code and its content was English. Today, even though there are many languages online, English is still the dominant language of information. If you want to learn how to code, the computer languages are based on English keywords. If you want to search for the answer to a difficult technical problem, the best answers are usually in English.
That is true. I remember when I had a problem with my phone. I searched in my native language and found nothing. Then I searched in English and I found a video that solved the problem in 2 minutes.
Exactly. That is the power of English in the digital age. It gives you access. If you only speak your native language, you're swimming in a small lake of information. If you speak English, you're swimming in the ocean. You have access to the collective knowledge of the entire human race.
That makes sense. So technology and the internet are huge drivers. What else? You mentioned products in the supermarket.
Yes, that is about the global economy. Companies today are multinational. A product might be designed in California, manufactured in China, assembled in Vietnam, and sold in Brazil. All of those different teams in all those different countries need one common language to organize the work. They cannot learn 5 different languages, so they choose English. It is the lingua franca of business.
Lingua Franca. I have heard that term. It means a bridge language, right?
Yes, it means a language that is adopted as a common language between speakers whose native languages are different. And this is the most beautiful part about English today. It does not belong to native speakers anymore.
What do you mean it does not belong to native speakers? It is their language.
Originally, yes, but today there are more non-native speakers of English in the world than there are native speakers. Think about that. There are more people like you, Leo, speaking English than there are people like me. When a business meeting happens in Tokyo between a Japanese person and a German person, they speak English. Neither of them is native. They are using English as a neutral tool to connect.
That is a very empowering thought. So when I speak English, I am not trying to be American or British. I am just trying to be a global communicator. I am using the global tool.
Exactly. You are joining a global club. And this club covers almost every area of human life. Let's talk about science and medicine. This is very important.
Science. I guess scientists need to talk to each other too.
It is critical. If a scientist in France discovers a cure for a disease, they want the whole world to know. They want doctors in India and Africa and America to use that cure. So, where do they publish their research?
They publish it in English journals.
Correct. Something like 90% of all scientific papers in the world are published in English. If you want to be a doctor, a researcher, or an engineer, English is the language of innovation. It is how humanity shares its discoveries. Without English, science would be very slow. We would be stuck in our separate countries, not sharing ideas.
Wow. So English actually helps the world progress faster. It helps us solve problems together.
It does. It is the language of collaboration. And it's not just serious things like science and business, it's also the language of fun and culture. You mentioned Hollywood before.
Yes, movies and music. That is how I started learning.
And that is how billions of people connect. Pop culture is a global phenomenon. When a new superhero movie comes out, people in 50 different countries watch it at the same time. They go online and discuss it, they make jokes about it, they share memes. If you understand English, you are part of that global conversation. You can understand the lyrics of the songs on the radio. You can understand the jokes in the movies. You feel connected to the rest of the world.
I have felt that. When I watch a movie in English, I feel like I'm getting the original experience. Dubbing is okay, but it always feels a little fake.
It's a filter. Knowing English removes the filter. You get the raw, true culture. And think about travel, Leo. We have talked about travel before, but think about the safety aspect.
The safety aspect? You mean English keeps me safe?
Absolutely. Imagine you are in an airport in a foreign country. Maybe you are in a small airport in the country where you don't speak the language. Suddenly, there's an emergency. Maybe a fire alarm or a gate change. The announcements will be in the local language, and then they will be in English.
You are right. English is always the second announcement.
It is the international safety standard. Air traffic controllers, the people who guide airplanes in the sky, must speak English. Pilots must speak English. It keeps the skies safe. It keeps travelers safe. If you get lost or if you get sick abroad, English is your lifeline. It is the tool that allows you to get help.
It really is a survival skill in the modern world. It is not just about being fancy or educated. It is about being safe and independent.
Independent. That is a great word. English gives you independence. You don't need a tour guide to translate for you. You don't need to wait for a book to be translated into your language. You can go directly to the source.
Emma, I am realizing something. We often complain about learning English. We say it is hard, the grammar is confusing, the pronunciation is tricky, but we forget what a huge gift it is.
It is a massive gift. It is a key that unlocks the planet. And Leo, there's one more role of English that I think is very special. It is the role of the peacemaker.
The peacemaker? That sounds very noble. How is English a peacemaker?
Misunderstanding is the root of many conflicts. When people cannot talk to each other, they fear each other. They rely on stereotypes. But when you can speak a common language, you can share stories. You can understand someone's perspective. English allows young people from all over the world to talk to each other on the internet, in games, on social media. They realize that they are not so different.
That is true. I play online video games sometimes, and I talk to players from everywhere. We are just a team trying to win the game. We are not enemies, we are partners, and we speak English to play.
That is a perfect example. Gaming is a huge part of the English world now. You are building friendships and teamwork across borders. That is peace building in a small way. You are humanizing the other person.
So English is for business, for science, for travel, for safety, for entertainment, and for friendship. It really is the operating system of humanity right now.
It is. And the beautiful thing is that it is evolving. Because so many people speak it, English is changing. It is becoming simpler in some ways. It is adopting words from other languages. It is becoming a true world English.
So I don't need to worry about having a perfect British accent or a perfect American accent.
No, those are just local dialects now. Your goal should be international intelligibility. That means speaking clearly so that a person from Singapore, a person from France, and a person from Brazil can all understand you. That is the new standard.
That takes a lot of pressure off. I always felt bad that I didn't sound like the Queen of England.
Even most British people don't sound like the Queen of England. Be proud of your own voice. Your accent tells your story. As long as you are clear, you are a successful English speaker.
This conversation makes me feel very motivated. Sometimes I feel like English is just a chore, like doing the laundry. But seeing it as this powerful global tool makes me want to sharpen it.
It is a superpower, Leo. Imagine if you could suddenly fly. That would be a superpower, right?
Yes, I would love to fly.
Speaking English is like being able to fly mentally. You can fly to any country and communicate. You can fly into any library and learn. You can fly into any conversation. It removes the gravity that holds you in one place.
That is a beautiful image. Flying mentally. I want to keep practicing my flying skills. So for our listeners who are maybe feeling tired of studying, what should they focus on?
I think they should focus on the doors that are opening for them. Don't focus on the difficult grammar rule you're studying today. Focus on the trip you want to take next year. Focus on the job promotion you want. Focus on the movie you want to watch. Connect the hard work to the reward.
Connect the hard work to the reward.
Yes. And also realize that you are already part of the club. If you are listening to this podcast and understanding us, you are already a member of the English-speaking world. You are already in the global village. You just need to keep exploring the village.
I am in the village. I like that. I am not an outsider looking in. I am a resident.
You are a resident, and your neighbors are waiting to talk to you.
Emma, do you think English will always be the global language, or will it change?
That is a fascinating question. History tells us that languages rise and fall. Latin was the global language once. French was the diplomatic language for a long time. In the far future, maybe 100 or 200 years from now, it might be different. Maybe we will all have computer chips in our brains that translate instantly. But for your lifetime and for your children's lifetime, English will remain the dominant key. It is too deeply embedded in the internet and the global economy to change quickly.
So it's a safe investment for my life?
It is the safest skill investment you can make. Learning a specific software might be useless in 5 years because the technology changes, but learning English will serve you for the next 50 years. It is a forever skill.
A forever skill. That is good to know. I am not wasting my time.
You are definitely not wasting your time. Every minute you spend with English is a minute you are investing in your own freedom and your own future.
Thank you, Emma. I feel much more connected to the purpose of my learning now. I'm going to look at the English labels on my groceries with a new respect today.
Do that. Read the cereal box. Read the shampoo bottle. Remind yourself that you are part of a global system.
I will. And I will try to watch a little bit of news in English, too, to see what's happening in the village.
That is a great idea. And to all our listeners, thank you for being part of this global community with us. We are so proud of you for showing up and doing the work. You are building bridges every day.
Keep building those bridges, everyone. The world is waiting for you.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. We will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye. thanks for listening to Love English Podcast. Remember, every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. Keep learning and see you in the next episode.